It felt less like a boxing event and more like a collision of two entirely different worlds. On November 22, 2025, the arena shook with a kind of electricity that only exists when power meets raw ambition. David Benavidez walked into the ring like a man who had carried expectations on his shoulders for years, the kind of fighter who doesn't just want to win belts, but to dominate every inch of space in front of him. Across from him stood Anthony Yarde, carved like a tank, eyes locked in with a determination sharpened by past heartbreaks and unfinished business. This wasn't just a matchup. It was a warning to the entire division that the era of careful matchmaking was over. Tonight, someone had to walk through fire. From the opening bell, the contrast in styles was dramatic enough to feel scripted. Benavidez came forward with that unsettling calm he's become known for, a monster who smiles before he strikes. His jab wasn't just a punch. It was a constant reminder that distance belonged to him, and any attempt to invade it came with consequences. Yarde, explosive and dangerous, tried to push back early, slipping inside the jab and ripping heavy. Counters to the body, each one thrown with enough force to rattle the seats. For a moment, it worked. The crowd rose as Yarde's right hand clipped Benavidez across the cheekbone, a punch that would have dropped anyone else. But Benavidez didn't flinch. He smiled, and that smile changed the entire temperature of the fight. Yarde felt it. Everyone did. Because that smile wasn't showmanship. It was hunger. As the rounds passed, Benavidez began to suffocate the ring with pressure that felt almost unnatural. There is something about his rhythm, the way he stalks, without ever rushing, the way his punches come in relentless waves, each one connected to the next, like they were all part of a single, unbroken motion. Yarde used every muscle in his body to keep the space he needed, but Benavidez kept taking it back, piece by piece, inch by unforgiving inch. And yet, Yarde refused to fold. Even when the pace grew cruel, even when the power difference became obvious, he kept firing back with moments of brilliance. Counterlefts that snapped Benavidez's head, uppercuts that echoed through the arena. It was heart versus inevitability. By round 7, the story of the fight had fully revealed itself. Benavidez had carved a home inside the pocket, and Yarde, breathing heavier now, found himself trapped in the rhythm of a man who breaks opponents not with a single punch, but with accumulation. The shots to the temple, the ribs, the arms, the shoulders. Benavidez was taxing the body like a debt collector. Yarde kept answering, but the answers were coming slower. The arena felt the shift. Something was collapsing. In round 9, Benavidez unleashed a sequence that will be replayed for years. A chilled, measured jab. A left hook that split Yarde's guard. A right hand that landed with a thud deep enough to silence even the loudest sections of the crowd. Yarde staggered back, legs betraying him for the first time, and Benavidez moved in with the cold precision of a veteran who knows victory is seconds away. A final barrage forced the referee's hand. He stepped in, arms out, protecting a warrior who had given everything. The fight was over, but its story was bigger than the stoppage. It was a demonstration of what makes David Benavidez terrifying. Not just his size or power, but his relentlessness, his belief that forward motion is a weapon. And it was a testament to Yarde, who stood his ground against the storm and refused to go quietly. In the end, both men walked out changed. Benavidez walked out as a force pressing closer to superstardom, and Yarde walked out as a fighter whose courage earned him a different kind of respect, the kind reserved for men who step into impossible battles and refuse to break.